Want to watch that video Chiz demanded that we watch and says we fucked up big time last week, but Taylor wasn't here. Well, problem solved.
Yeah, we ran out of time last week to watch it. It just got swept to the wayside, and this is, I believe, is a transsexual person at a Gamestop trying to get some service.
Transgender. Now, I'm not even sure if they're different, but...
Did I say transsexual? I meant transgender.
Chiz is very adamant we watch.
Oh, my God. Can someone find the quote? What did he write? I think he wrote, "You fucked up big time last week."
By not watching the GameStop video. I mean, I love public freakouts, so I'm sure I'll like this.
Here, you guys
Public
have
freakouts
to
make
watch
me
this in all
uncomfortable.
caps.
Oh, they're so
you
funny,
fucked up
though.
last week skipping this. This is gold. Blind
I
watch.
did like the one where wasn't someone freaking out at Taco Bell trying to order fries?
I've seen that one.
That sounds so funny.
That one was good because that one was just one of these things of like, this is 100% your fault.
Taco Bell has fries now.
That's not an excuse.
They did not at the time. They definitely did not at the time.
Well,
they were
Taco Bell
amazing.
does
Well,
not
this
have a
person's
fry.
outrage spurred Taco Bell on to make that wise decision to add French fries to the menu. They're delicious.
Yeah, I'm always cautious about this stuff because they always start mid, and so you don't see what happened before.
Well, I agree. Can we start it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm queued up
The
at
best
0.
way to watch these is to just assume the worst of the subject. It's funniest.
Yeah.
All right, on play. Ready, set, play.
We're not doing credit. You're gonna give me my fucking money back.
Excuse me, sir. There's a young man in here. You need to watch him out.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
I can call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
You're not acting very
Motherfucker, take it
ladylike.
outside,
He said
sir.
sir again.
I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize. I apologize now.
I need your corporate number. Because we're going to talk about them and talk about how it's misgendered several times in this store.
I apologize for that.
I need your corporate number
But Google.
now. Get it for me now.
I'm going to ask you to calm down and stop cussing.
I cannot afford Google. I need your corporate
I'm gonna
number.
ask you for the fifth time to stop calling me a man, because quite clearly I am not.
And I apologize. I'm sorry for that, ma'am. I will get you that number. Is that okay?
Yes,
I'm
get it
just
for me
asking-
now.
I'm asking you to stop
Get it
cussing.
for me now. I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing.
Okay.
Give me the damn number now.
Give me the damn number.
Ma'am, I apologize.
I'm not cussing. I'm just kicking over your displays.
Yes.
And grunting
Yeah,
like a
woman.
lady.
You're just going to keep bucking your gums and disrespecting trans people in this store, which I plan on telling the entire LGBTQ community. You're going to lose
The
money.
entire...
I don't think that that's true.
Women, am I right?
Oh, perfect.
Timing on that one.
Yeah, nicely
That
done.
fella right there is a little upset. I mean, we've all been upset at GameStop,
What a
right?
fucking prick. Kicking over a display for some minimum wage guy to have to go rebuild. Fuck him.
Here's why I
Either.
think the cash register dude was the asshole. Because he made the central issue the curse words. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that more than anything.
Agreed.
When all of a sudden it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, is it really the big issue here that you used a cuss word? Please stop using cuss words. Guys, stop using bad words.
Please
A
stop
minute-
cursing while you're
let me-
playing GTA.
Let me say something. Let me maybe try and sway you, Woody. You're 100% right. If you're speaking to someone on the phone on customer service and it's you and them and you're in your, whatever house and you get mad and then they're like, oh, hang up. I think that's another Bill Burr bit where he's like, you have to not curse. But here, like, there are children around. Like, it really isn't appropriate to be screaming that kind of stuff. Like, it's not just you. Like, there are kids waiting in line. So I do kind of see the point there.
I didn't see any
you know?
kids.
Oh, I just heard him say there are kids.
Oh, I
they
heard
said
them
that- they said
referenced,
there
but
was
I
kids.
didn't see them. And it's my story, and I'll tell it the way I want to.
The fact
maybe
remains
he-
that there are
maybe-
no children here.
Maybe he misaged the kid the same way that he misgendered her, right?
It's like, there are children here. I'm 47. There are children here.
Little boy.
Yeah, little boy.
So
For
here's
little
my
people?
take. My take on the sir, ma'am thing is like people in the heat of the moment make mistakes all the time.
Of course.
I have called from stage I have accidentally said sir. I have accidentally said miss to the wrong person. Not someone who's trans, just someone who I was just speaking quickly and I accidentally said the wrong thing.
For sure.
You're a dick when you do it on purpose. You're a dick when you insist on it. The same way that you're a dick if someone insists on, like, if someone goes, like, hey, let's say Steve was my middle name.
Mhm.
All right? Let's say my name was, like, Robert Steve Hofstetter. And I was like, yeah, call me Steve. And you're like, whatever, Robert. Like, you're a dick then, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
True.
just respect the person for that, and that's fine. If that person, in order to try to fuck with her, was like, okay, sir, then he's an asshole.
But I
Yeah,
would
I
say
thought it was an
that
accident.
particular transgender lady was a tough call. Like, the most female thing about her was the shirt she wore under that hoodie. It was pink.
And the shoes, pink
And the
shoes.
shoes.
Oh, I didn't catch
I'm going
the
to disagree
shoes.
with Woody here because
Wait, you didn't think
as
the
a-
grunting and the kicking over displays?
Dude, that's fucking toxic femininity if I've ever seen it.
And when she specifically was like, I'll show you a man, let's take it outside. And I was like, wait a minute, are you only...
I'll show you a sir. That was a funny line.
I'm
Like-
looking
like-
at the imposing figure this guy puts here that would make Christine Cyborg look feminine, and everything about that person vibes dude except the t-shirt.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel bad for the attendant there because it's pretty obvious. He's just trying to diffuse a very uncomfortable situation.
And I agree
yeah.
with him
There was a
having
second
taking
surge,
issue
which
with
made
her
him-
cursing. Like he's not the one who initially had the issue with her cursing. A mother with a small child was like, "Hey,
Allegedly small child. That kid's not on camera.
That's true. That's not verified, Kyle.
well, she said she had a small child. I'm gonna
Oh,
believe
please,
the
you're in
mother."
the pocket of big child. You'll believe anything they say.
You're in the pocket of big, small child.
Yeah, like you shouldn't
anonymous
be
source.
cursing. You shouldn't be cursing in public, like in any circumstance. I don't curse in public.
But also,
like,
Kyle, have you ever walked into a GameStop? Immediately, you're like, fuck this place. Like, it's just instinct.
I
So-
like GameStop. I have no issues with GameStop. I like the employees at my local GameStop. They're nice
Sponsors?
guys.
I'm confused because they have been
It's a high quality
sponsored.
establishment for high quality people.
Are they sponsors?
Not tonight.
No,
Yeah.
no. I genuinely like my local GameStop. They're nice guys.
Taylor, ma'am, if you could, ma'am, if you could stop this, ma'am. I just think that, like, yeah, he was trying to defuse the situation. He didn't do it well, but he was trying. And I think that the vast majority of the trans community and every trans person I've ever met has been, like, really understanding in the idea of, like, hey, this is new for a lot of you. And therefore, we want to work with you on we want to teach you what makes us comfortable, and we want to work with you on that. And then you have someone like this who's just like, everything you knew 10 years ago is different. You need to know that right away. And it's just like, that's not fair to someone.
Wonder what they wanted. Like what was their purchase that day that was not going their way? What was that?
Sir, we're not going to give you $55 for this used copy of Dishonored. Like, freaks the fuck out at him.
Yeah, if he came in with like 12, 14 old games and they offered him $6, that'd be so GameStop.
That's
What
so
if it-
GameStop.
yeah.
Dude, they'll offer you $10 for a console.
What if
I
she was
agree
just
with-
like
with
pissed
Steve.
off? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I
I'm
was
not going
saying-
to interrupt you from agreeing with me. Please go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, I agree with you that like if he was one of those people who was like being aggressively ignorant, just trying to like poke the buttons,
Do you
then
think
yeah,
he
he'd be a
was?
prick. No, not at
He
all.
did do
like
it twice.
I think he was scared because he's a GameStop employee and he's not used to being screamed at. He's got a lot of customers. He's a young
well,
guy.
then he's not
like,
local to me.
then he's not local to you, I guess. But, yeah, like when you see people in these like customer service positions, I always like tend to give them the benefit of the doubt because it's like
I
they
actually-
deal with so much shit.
In order to try to help diffuse situations like this, I yell at every customer service person I can so they can get used to it,
Harden them.
and they learn how to react in a non-threatening situation where they just think that their life is a danger.
Steve
That's
had,
really
it's a
smart,
service
and I'm
to the
immediately
community.
converted. I'm going to do that.
Steve had 2 points
Yeah.
that I liked a lot. One, you get to choose what you're called, right? That's just the deal, right? It doesn't matter if you're ginger, Jewish, black, whatever. Just let me know what you want to be called, and we'll go with that. Savage American.
2 or 3.
Yeah, you know that.
He's just looking at Steve and naming things. I don't care.
If you're ginger, Jewish, pale, wearing a Reddit shirt, have a beard that you probably should have shaved a couple days ago, but you're lazy. I don't care.
It could be anything. Yeah, I forgot you were Jewish too. And then so you get to choose what you're called, and then the other half of it was the way that you phrased it. You're like, I get that this is all new to you, and let me educate you. You don't know what's up. That's a nice way to approach it.
There's a wonderful episode of Arian Foster's podcast where he interviews a trans woman, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of things about like, okay, here is what they go through. Here is so many things, and this is why that there is anger because of how difficult a lot of their lives have been, and that made me a lot more sympathetic and a lot more understanding. It is a wonderful episode. I highly recommend it to anyone who has a strong opinion on any side of that issue. But I really do think there needs to be, and I've seen it from most people, but there needs to be an understanding of, hey, we're trying here, but that doesn't mean it's going to be overnight. We're going to have to get used to this.
I don't think most people really fucking care. Like the average person out there, like if you go, oh, sir, and if they go, oh, I prefer to be ma'am or she or her, it's like, okay, well, first of all, if you're in the same room as me, that won't matter because I won't use a pronoun. I'll use your name. That would be rude to use a pronoun if you're sitting right here talking about you. But
especially if
you only ever see
this sir.
My new name is
here.
Caitlin.
Yeah, this sir. Yeah. Like that. Normal people, I don't think, give a fuck. Like, you only see the fringes of this. Like, if you meet someone in real life and they say, call me she or call me a woman, like, I feel like most normal people are just going to be like, whatever, I don't care. Sure. This doesn't affect my life.
Although I remember in college when Ricky wanted to be Rick and all of us were like, fuck you, Ricky.
Fuck Ricky. Yeah.
I was basically one of like 3 people who called him Rick. And
Can
then
I drop
eventually
the Y?
it caught
I'm
on.
20 now.
But he was Ricky for 3 years. We got used to it,
Isn't that funny that you're like, yeah, you got to be tolerant to this stuff, but Rick, that fucking guy. Like,
Well, no, I'm saying I was one of the only people who actually was like, all right, you want to be Rick? I'm going to do my best. And, and even with that, no, I'm saying most of the rest of us were like, fuck you, Rick, you're Ricky. But because they were just so used to it. And like, there were definitely times where I was like, and I was actively trying to help, where I would like call him, I would say his name more than I would normally. But like, all the time I fucked up and called him Ricky because I was just so used to it. And that was what he was called. And so like, if there's someone who you thought was sir and suddenly they're ma'am and you accidentally say sir, like it happens.
Yeah, I don't see any maliciousness in that GameStop attendant at all. I see someone who really does not want to be in this situation.
The problem with this poor transgender lady is just how masculine she was before she changed her mind or whatever, changed her gender. Let's go with that. Before she changed her gender. Look, this is new to me and I'm not good at it. Before she
That's
changed,
it's all made up.
before she changed her gender, that was a man's man, right? Like this is that she didn't go from is twink offensive? I don't know. It's on Reddit, but there's
Everything is. You're
Dude,
like,
she kicked that display athletically.
that she wasn't a lady boy. Is that I don't know, but she was not like a fair
feminine. The word is feminine.
Oh yeah, that's the
It wasn't
correct term.
feminine.
Yeah,
Woody's
lady
on
boy,
words
as
you're
they
not
prefer
supposed to
know.
use anymore. .biz right now.
Yeah.
You know, she was a very masculine faggot. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what they like, right? That's what they prefer. Right?
LGBTQF. I'm
A
right.
mask bag. I think I've
I'm
seen
just
that.
trying to fit in.
I'm just trying to be PC. That's a funny bit. Dude who's trying to be PC but just can't get it right.
Failing